Welcome back to Watson Wins. I'm Jeron, and this is an awesome new racing series I'm going to be doing with you. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so during the on-season, spring, summer, fall, the group that I race with does a series every Tuesday morning, and they call it Tibble Fork Tuesday. So there's a local canyon where I live where we start out at a parking lot and go up the canyon, and we hit a fork, and then we race from the fork all the way up to the reservoir. It's neutral until you hit the fork, and then it's all out gas. Well, they wanted to recreate that and provide a Zwift Racing Series for us who are locals and actually do this. And they called it 2 for Tuesdays. It's a really cool thing that my racing team has put together, and I'm excited to be involved in it. So I'm going to share this with you, and hopefully you enjoy. This racing series is a 10-stage racing series. Every Tuesday for the next 10 weeks, we have a race. And this last week, it was Tempest Fugit. It's a very common one in Zwift. It's very flat. This is Tempest Fugit. Very flat race, right? It's only 17.3 kilometers or 10.7 miles, only 52 feet of elevation or 16 meters. And we did 2 laps of this, okay? So this first lap is neutral. The second lap is the actual race. It's go as fast as you can. Now, in this race, there are points you can get. For each race, there's going to be sprint points, KOM points, and finish points, and bonus finish points. I'll detail that out later. But for this race, there is a sprint that starts and ends at the finish of the race, and you get bonus points. The top 5 fastest through the segment get 10, 8, 6, 4, or 2 points. Then you get bonus points based on who the top 5 were to actually finish the race. So you get double points basically. Same thing, 10, 8, 6, 4, or 2. And then you get points based on how you placed. First gets 50, second gets 49, third gets 48, and so on and so forth, all the way down based on your position. We're getting here to the end, and you'll see the start of the second lap. So here we come in and we start the race, right? We cross that line. I put on my my boost, my draft boost, because I knew that we were going to be crossing that line. I needed a little bit of a breather. We had just been riding a bit, and I wanted to carry my momentum, and I wanted to cross the line getting another boost. Now, one thing you'll notice is you'll see someone taking off in the front of the group here in just a second. That guy is in Cat A, so I'm not really worried about him. I know he's in Cat A because no one in my group could be taking off that quickly. So there are Cats A, B, C, and D. I'm in C, and it is kind of confusing because we're all in just one big group and there's no way to tell. That did make this first stage a little difficult, but in next upcoming stages, everyone's going to have a different jersey based on the category that they're in, so it will make it a little easier. But for this one, we're all just together. So my goal is to stay up as far as possible to the front of the group since I don't know who's in what group. And that's my goal. Just draft as much as you possibly can. It's completely flat the whole race through, and at the end is when things get a little bit dicey. Okay, we're at 39 minutes, almost 30 seconds, and I'm noticing that my heart rate is 181. Now, this is what I was realizing. I was realizing that I did feel a little off in this race. It's not an excuse. I'm not trying to get excuses, but I did feel like my heart rate creeped up a little higher than I thought it should. It was just a little bit higher than I thought it should be, or at least from what I was accustomed to. I chalked it up in the moment to, hey, this group is just going a little fast, right? Like I'm riding with A's and B's right now, and they're keeping the speed up. I'm going 26 miles an hour, 230 watts. I'm almost right there at my FTP, and I thought maybe that's what it was. but I don't know. Like, I did feel like in the moment that my heart rate was a little higher than I felt like it should be.
Okay, so they pick up the pace here. We're just about halfway done with the second lap, and the A's and B's pick it up a notch. A couple of C's go off with them, and it strings out. I'm getting dropped a little bit here, and I'm tired. My heart rate is way too high. I don't know what my deal was today, and I thought, okay, I definitely need to catch the small group in front of me because they have some C's there. But then I thought maybe I could just blow right by them, put down some watts, and catch up to that front group and draft them. I find out pretty quickly that was just not going to happen. I get way too tired and I sit up and I just resign to the fact that this small group I'm going to fall back into is going to be my group. I'm going to draft them to the end. Okay, so things get a little fun at this point. We're slowing way down, right? I could tell the group was starting to slow down. I didn't want that. I didn't want them resting. I was hurting. I wanted them to hurt. So I decided I was going to go ahead and push the pace. So I started to accelerate, hoping that they would try to draft me and they would pick up the pace. And sure enough, they did. A couple of orange numbers there. So they're sprinting to get up on top of me. And then I back off, let them fly in front of me so I can get another draft. The only problem is this didn't last very long and they sat up again. So two things happen. One, I get a stupid feather. So frustrating. I already got one feather. What are feathers useful for here on Tempest Fugit? So that really frustrated me. I needed an arrow boost or I needed a drafting boost, but not a stinking arrow. The other thing is, two guys take off up front here. I think it's Orr and Larish, and then Stratton chases, and I thought, perfect, they're going to push the pace. I'm going to follow Stratton, let him pull me back up to these guys. And so that's what I do. I'm just going to draft, let them burn the matches. And then we do come back together. A couple of guys are getting a little antsy, and you'll see a couple of attacks happen. Nothing comes of them, and then we sprint to the finish.
Okay, so now we're at 0.2 miles. This is where things start to heat up, and we're going to start, the pace is going to start picking up. They're going to start their beginning sprints. So I stand up to start putting down some power to gain some momentum. I'm not putting my best sprint. I get it up to 400 watts, and then I see them taking off. So then I take off. Trying to gain some momentum from the draft. I pass everyone but two guys. And that's where I end. I was kind of kicking myself here, honestly, guys, because I could have beaten those last two guys. If you relook at that, I sped past the group. I still had momentum, and it would have carried me past those two guys in front. But I think I started my sprint too late. So I started the sprint. Technically, I think I started standing up on the bike about 600 feet to go when I saw them picking up the pace, and I just wanted to keep in their draft, and I probably should have started putting down more power at that point. I was putting down about 300 watts. I probably should have put down closer to 500 and held that. That would have given me just a tad bit more momentum. I should have put more power down. I waited for them to start their sprints, and I should have started my sprint is what I should have done because I was in the draft. You win some, you lose some. Overall, I did pretty good.